good afternoon. It is Tuesday, 3/28/2017, and morning. Disclaimer: I'm going to go rant on porn. The interesting thing is being in the entertainment business and or around it is you're basically 1 degree from porn almost at any given time. And I've been tooling around since I got here first time in 94, and a buddy that I did acting with years ago married a porn girl, and so this is going to be a porn rant. And I've worked with girls that I worked with Ginger Lynn when she was trying to go legit on a CD-ROM, a game. And first of all, she's beautiful, and second of all, I mean, more beautiful than on video. And the weird part was, the buddy who married the porn girl gave me a bootleg tape of Ginger Lynn and Traci Lords. And so I was I was working during the day with Ginger and then watching her video at night, just for scientific and educational purposes. She was actually with John Holmes in that particular video. So, and basically there's a few people that I'm friends with on Facebook that, I've never worked with or hung out with, but Evan Stone is on my page, and I've chatted with Terry Weigel on MySpace, and I don't know if she deleted me because I'm friends with a couple other people, but she's since deleted me from Facebook, but we were friends. Because there's a little infighting, and there's, I guess, some stuff going on right now where they're trying to actually create a union, and Evan Stone's a bit vocal about what they're doing wrong. So, and I admire that. I admire the fact that people are basically trying to make things better, and it's interesting because, I mean, Hollywood's got a lot of interesting things on it, and I could basically throw out, I hate to say conspiracy stuff, but there's a lot more going on to Hollywood than people realize. That's for sure. But the porn industry is interesting because it's just right over the hill. I mean, Chatsworth is basically maybe 30 minutes from Hollywood, 40 minutes, a little less than that. But it's over in the valley, and so you've got a lot of, I had a buddy that I helped move, and he was, we were talking, and he said, yeah, the house I'm moving from, it was rumored that Traci Lords either owned it or lived there. And when I watched that video, I was like, yeah, that's the same pool. So, I mean, basically, there's people that, and Hollywood's also very forgiving on porn stuff. So, anyways, my buddy's wife, because the reason I kind of bring this out is because I was talking to my cousin about it, and I was at my buddy's wedding with his they're still married, but his wife, and basically I emceed it. I wouldn't watch her stuff for the longest time, and then I ran across something when I was, doing visual verification for educational purposes on Pornhub or one of the other ones. Who it turns out, I guess Pornhub is actually, the CEO is Ron Jeremy, who's a smart dude. But it was interesting because I wouldn't watch her stuff because, I mean, she is a beautiful, she's Greek, blonde hair, blue eyes, and beautiful, and treated me, and that's her stage name, obviously. It treated me good always, and so I didn't want to have I hate to say bias, but because it can change your view a little bit when you watch porn and then see somebody. So, but him and I we didn't fall out, but we just he moved out of state, and then we kind of didn't see each other for a long time. I just saw him last December, just in 2016, and I haven't seen him in probably 5 or 6 years, or talked to him. I think we had a brief email exchange, but that was it. So, but what I kind of get is there's a little bit of, and it's what I would, I mean, because I can only really reflect it back to me. I think it would be really hard for me to marry or date a porn girl beyond just the sexual aspect. There was actually a girl that I contacted on Craigslist that was a porn girl, and she was trying to do legit video stuff, but she was basically using sex to get I can't remember exactly why I contacted her. I know it was somehow connected to editing or video production, but the way that she came across was she was basically sleeping with dudes to get jobs done. And it's like, and I'm not saying all the girls are like that. Like Ginger Lynn, basically on set, like I said, she was much prettier in person, but B, she basically didn't. She acted like we didn't know that she was a porn girl, and it was kind of like, not odd, but the weird part is my buddy that I grew up, that was just here, the tennis guy. They went to the same high school together. Ginger Lynn is from Rockford, and was probably like 3 years ahead of him or something like that. Rockford, Illinois. So it's just really interesting because you're only a couple steps away from it, being out here in the business, and I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. Some people do. I personally think it's interesting because, they say the internet was actually invented for porn, but in some weird way it's kind of killing the business from what I hear, just because, you can access it. And it was interesting because the same thing. I was on YouTube checking stuff out, and there is very, very skirting naked stuff on YouTube. But you go off onto a regular search engine like Google or something like that, and you can find porn for free, and you don't even have to, say that you're 18. So it's like, there's porn readily available out on the internet. So, but anyways, if you guys get a chance, her name is Ashley Fires. And tell me what you think. She's beautiful. She really is. And I just think it's interesting because talking to him this last time, and my cousin, who this kind of is what propagated it, I jokingly said, is it wrong to watch your buddy's wife in a porn video for educational purposes late at night? And he's like, no, if she's hot. And he's like, send me a link. So I sent him something, and then basically just said, made a couple comments, but I said I think my buddy is slightly. After a certain amount of years, marriage is tough, anyways. But at this end, I think it's got. It's got to be tough for me, and I can only, like I said, I can only reflect back on me, and I may be reading into whatever. The conversation, it's like there's a bit of torture connected to it, I think. And most people think it would be hot to have a wife that is in porn. But I think you really have to have a specific bent in your personality connected to it. Also had another friend that was producing porn, and one of the lead actresses they got, her manager was her husband, and he liked to watch her, just for lack of a better term, get hammered by a bunch of guys. Like, he liked to be in the room watching it. And to me, that just shows a sexual bent that is a little, I'd say perverse, but you got to have a specific sexual bent for that. So anyways, that's my porn rant and my rant for today, because porn is king if you're a queen. I don't know what that means, but anyways, tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, and share if you can. I got blocked on Facebook for the groups and pages that I was posting a bunch of stuff on, so I can't do any push marketing. So if you guys can share the P out of this, that would be sweet. So anyways, nearing 10 minutes, I'm out of here. Lates, and have a good Tuesday. Bye.